What's going on, y'all? Happy Friday and welcome back to the JuiceBox presented by LOCKCITY. It's Whitey here today, and of course, this is going to be a continuation of our IEM Chengdu picks. The quarterfinals wrapped up today. We're looking forward to the semifinals tomorrow. We had some good results today, which we'll get into in a second. So without further ado, let's just kind of hop into things here. Overall, this is kind of what our, well, not kind of, this is exactly what our playoff bracket is looking like. We saw in the quarterfinals today, FURIA beat Mongols 2-0. Astralis lost to Vitality 2-1. In terms of parlays, we had this as our parlay from yesterday or 2 days ago video. For the quarterfinals, we took Astralis plus 6.5 map spread on map 1, or plus 6.5 round spread, sorry, on map 1. And then we took FURIA for the match winner against Mongols. Obviously, both of those hit. Astralis, I was banking on them actually getting Nuke as the first map, but Vitality took the first map pick. It didn't end up mattering. That was 13-7, so Astralis still covered the 6.5 round spread. But then they actually went on to win Nuke, which was surprising to me, but called out that that could potentially happen. So if anyone ended up taking that, I know there are a couple of y'all in the Discord that took Astralis plus 1.5 or took Astralis to win their map pick, and you cashed out on that. So overall now, difference from the video a couple days ago, instead of being 7-7, we are now obviously 8-7, and we are up 5.27 units going into the semifinals here. For those of you that are in the Discord, I also posted my predictions for the entire playoffs 2 days ago, or I guess, yeah, 2 days ago now. In that prediction, I had FURIA beating Mongols 2-0. That's what happened today. I had Vitality beating Astralis 2-1. Again, that's what happened today. Now for the semifinals, my original leans were that Falcons is going to beat FURIA 2-1. I think it's going to be super, super close. I think whoever ends up winning that Falcons and FURIA matchup probably goes on to win IEM Chengdu. And then I'm taking MOUZ 2-1 over Vitality as my official prediction. But neither of those are going to end up being on picks for today. They kind of are in a roundabout sort of different way. But I'm not going with moneyline winners for this one. I'm going to sit back, kind of watch and enjoy the cinema. So without further ado, we can kind of get into picks here for tomorrow. For those of you that watch the videos regularly, you know that all of the odds that will be discussed in today's video will be on Thunderpick.io, which is one of the top books in the world for esports betting. You can deposit on Thunderpick using crypto, credit card, Apple Pay, Visa Debit, or via their new gift card deposit, which allows you to purchase and deposit a Thunderpick gift card amount directly to your balance. And Thunderpick has lines for all of your favorite esports, including but not limited to CS2, League, Dota, Valorant, Overwatch, COD, Fortnite, Rocket League, and so much more. If you visit tinyurl.com/LockCityTP, you can get a 100% deposit match on your first deposit all the way up to $600 or whatever the equivalent is in your local currency. Any amount that you deposit up to $600 will get immediately matched by Thunderpick for you to be able to use for your esports picks. We've obviously been super profitable on CS2, but with that deposit bonus, you can always try your luck with some of your other favorites with that free money to play with. That's tinyurl.com/LockCityTP for a 100% deposit bonus at Thunderpick up to $600. Alright, y'all, so like I said, we're not going to be going with some money line winners for this one. I'm going to be playing it nice and easy with two different singles, and I'm going to be taking over 2.5 total maps on each of these. I think both of these semifinal matchups are going to be super, super close. MOUZ and Vitality, we already saw a matchup once in this tournament. MOUZ ended up winning. It was the first time in a long time that they beat Vitality. And then Falcons and FURIA, we're going to be taking the over 2.5 on that one as well. The first one that we'll hop into is going to be MOUZ and Vitality. That's going to be 1:30 a.m. Eastern time tonight. Obviously different depending on your time zone there. But for MOUZ and Vitality, again, like I said, MOUZ won this last matchup. If we want to scroll down to here, MOUZ ended up beating Vitality 2-1. If we look at the maps that were chosen, MOUZ won 13-3 on Train, Vitality won 13-8 on Nuke, and then MOUZ won in triple overtime on Inferno, 22-19. Similar sort of results and kind of script I'm anticipating for tomorrow here. If we take away the maps that are going to be insta-banned, so MOUZ is obviously going to ban Dust 2, Vitality always bans Ancient, we're going to be left with these 5 in the middle. That's going to be Mirage, Inferno, Nuke, Train, and Overpass. I think MOUZ has a glaring advantage on Train. I think MOUZ could probably win Overpass as well. And I think Vitality probably wins at least 2 of these 3. I think Inferno obviously could be super close. I think Nuke could probably be pretty close, but I trust each of these teams to win at least one map. I don't think either of these teams are going to get a clean sweep tomorrow. I don't think we're going to see 2-0 on either side of the board, unless we see like some triple overtime madness where we get like a 22-19 and like a 16-14 sort of scoreline where, say, Vitality or MOUZ edge out both of those maps, but I don't think that's going to be the case here tomorrow. I think MOUZ will definitely hold on to Train. I think Vitality probably ends up going with like a nuke here, maybe a Mirage. I think they end up winning their pick as well. So our first pick there is going to be over 2.5 total maps, 2 units, 1.85 times your money is going to pay 3.7 units. And then very similarly on the other side here for Falcons and FURIA in the later matchup, we're doing the same thing, over 2.5 maps. This one's 1.88 times your money, so 2 units pays 3.76 units, but similar sort of story here for Falcons and FURIA. Again, I hope whoever ends up winning this matchup wins the tournament. It's going to be much deserved. FURIA is playing insane. For those of you that saw this morning, that Molodoi ace, that clutch defuse to win and send them on to the semifinals there, and then obviously Falcons have been playing out of their mind, most noteworthy Monacy, but they've been nuts as well. If we want to take away the bans here, so again, FURIA is going to ban Ancient, Falcons is going to ban Overpass. It's going to leave us with these top 5 maps here, so Dust 2, Mirage, Inferno, Nuke, and Train for a potential map pool. Depending on what gets drawn here, I think FURIA probably, well, I could see them maybe going with Train, but I think they're probably going to take Inferno. Falcons has historically and recently had a pretty weak Inferno. There have been glimpses where they've looked pretty decent, but overall, I think FURIA would take Inferno relatively easily. And then on the Falcon side of things, I think they would win Mirage. I think they'd probably win Nuke. I think they'd probably win Dust 2. I do think Falcons, like I said, probably squeaks this one out. I think they probably end up getting by FURIA. But I love watching both of these teams. This is just going to be absolute cinema. Over 2.5 is what we're going to go with in this. I think both teams either hold on to their map pick or win the opposing map picks, but more likely than not, just hold on to their map picks here. So the second one, we're going to go over 2.5 as well. Again, 2 units, 1.88 times your money is going to pay 3.76 units. If you're not in the Discord already, definitely join up. Bottom of the page there, discord.gg/LockCITY. It's 100% free. Come hang out with us. Come cash out with us. We post our CS2 picks in there. Obviously, these podcast episodes, we have a nice CS2 chat with a ton of members where we're talking about the games all day long. So if you want a nice little place to talk Counter-Strike, LockCITY is going to be your place to be. Hope y'all liked today's video. If you did like it, give us a like, comment down below. Let me know who you think is going to end up winning these matchups tomorrow. And then subscribe if you're listening on YouTube. Follow us if you're listening on Twitter. And I'll see y'all back here tomorrow for some more CS. Peace.